please rise and give a standing ovation to welcome the one and only, the Minister of Youth himself, Dr. Bosun Tijani. Put your hands together. Put your hands together.
Thank you. Please be seated. The representative of His Excellency, Governor of Oyo State, Engineer H.M Dr ably represented by Mr. Bayo Akande, the SSC on ICT. Can we give him a round of applause? And you are the minister. The Honourable Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice H.M Ayoola, the mother of the day. I think we should celebrate her. We all know that women are extremely special, but if you have any doubts as to how special they are, I think today is a manifestation of the role of women in our society. Not only is she the Justice of the Court of Appeal, without her, today will not be possible, because she's the mother of Dr. Olusola Ayoola. So thank you so much for your contribution to humanity. Honourable Remy Oseni, the House Representative Member represented by our East and Ido Federal Constituency. Dr. Adeshola Adetunto, the Special Guest of Honor. Professor Musa Ayoola, the Ibadan in waiting. That's what he said. Let's give him a round of applause for fantastic presentation. Dr. Chedu Ugwos, the Regional Director at SCEI and the Head of Procurement at Total Energies. Mr. Olu Akomun, the Academic Director, Lagos Business School. Yeah, I thought my name was okay. I'm the former CEO of okay as well. Good to see you. Other speakers, panelists, and judges that are here today. This is a very special occasion. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and friends. I have a speech prepared for this event. But just looking across the room and seeing the composition of the room, I thought I should change that speech. And the reason for that is that this room represents what this government stands for. Many of you may not know. And as young people, I would like to encourage you today not to be discouraged nor confused by politics. The government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is extremely aware that Nigeria is a country that is more than 235 million people. But also very aware that this is a country that is having 5 million new people every year. So our population is projected to be half a billion by 2050. Many people don't know this. We're growing significantly. And the average age of our people is 16.9. So we're very young. And many people don't know that the president has actually decided to appoint a lot of young people. People think I'm the youngest in the cabinet. I'm not. I'm almost 50. There are people less than 40 in that cabinet, and a lot of people that are just around 40. I have my banner with me, but I choose not to wear it so that we can stay young and keep representing our future. And because of this number, the president is extremely keen on building foundation that will actually set our economy on a path to prosperity. But these are difficult things because when you're doing them, they will cost things, and it's difficult for a lot of people to see them in the medium to short term, which is the same mandate that we've been given. But because of the future that we see, we will not do things that are just popular but we do things that set our nation on the path to prosperity. And I'll speak to some of the things we're doing. I see that the presentation today has been technical. I can also give technical presentation. I'm a PhD as well. But I don't think that's going to be the beauty of a room like this. And one thing I want to recognize is that the future that we see as a country is not going to be possible if we outsource the work to governments only. Government's role is to build the foundational infrastructure that will make things possible for a lot of people. And government historically in Nigeria has actually been moving towards building something that is strong for all of you. The core part of the first presentation is the evolution of technology over the years. But what many people are not aware of is that there's no nation on earth that can actually develop without investing in the foundation of technology, because technology is responsible for development. I'm old enough to remember the days that Prof was talking about, when perhaps if you needed to make an international call, probably in the whole of Oyo State, not just Ibadan, you have to come to Dubai, as you were saying. For those who live in Lagos like myself, you have to go to Marina at the night building to make that call. Only a few families had access to telephone. Only a few. Those that are wealthy and connected. So the rest of us, we have to rely on going to night places to make calls. I'm sure a lot of young people in the room today, you can't relate with what life will be like without telephone. Just imagine if you take all your phones from you. Imagine what will happen. President Obasanjo did the full liberalization of the telecommunications sector in 1999. And after that liberalization, our economy has been growing significantly, actually 30% year-on-year growth, almost there around GDP. And without technology, a lot of what we want to see in the land will be impossible. The jobs that we need to create will be impossible. And as we have young people, we won't be able to offer you opportunity to actually develop. Which is why, for us, the goal is that we must find ways to continue to invest in things that will secure your future. And I'd like to start by saying, while government is doing that, we need the talented and creative ones amongst us to translate it to economic opportunities. Government over the years has been investing in this infrastructure. Nigeria today, on the African continent, has the highest grossing telecommunication sectors on the African continent, the highest. Investment into telecommunication sector in Nigeria is the highest on the continent. The technology startup ecosystem, many people don't know, of course, we used to think government didn't do anything. Became successful off the back of some of the initial investment that government did. Today, Nigeria is home to about 5-6 unicorns. Unicorns are businesses that are worth over $1 billion. And these are mostly businesses in the fintech space. You know, the chairman of Robotics or the former CEO is here. What we forget is that those fintechs are possible because the government built something that is called the interbank settlement system. NIMS. Without NIMS, innovation in financial services would not be possible. But remember what I said, government may build the foundation. We need the people to build the solutions that will translate to prosperity for society. Now, imagine today, where's Dr. Ayoola? I think we should come to the front. Imagine today if Dr. Ayoola did not set up RAIN. Do you think we will all be gathered in Ibadan? Ibadan is quite popular, but the truth is conversations like this will be in Lagos or Abuja. And one thing many people don't know is that globally, the workforce for technology has massive gap. Technology is now central to everything that we do. But when you look at the developed countries, they're not giving birth to more kids and their population is aging. Which means for them to continue to support the development of their nation, they have to look to countries like ours. for employees. The case I'm trying to make there is that this is someone with a PhD from a UK university who's decided not only to return to Nigeria, but return to Ibadan. And without him, Ibadan will not see what is happening today, no matter what the government does. So I think we should all stand up and give him. There's so many angles to what we're doing now. One is for us to get inspired, and we should keep standing until this starts. No, let's keep standing. We should all get inspired by what he has done, but we should also realize that the country that we desire can only happen when we all play our role in it. And that role should not just be about thinking of yourself alone. Because if he was being selfish, he won't be back here, I can assure you that. But his skill set, this man can be handled, even if he wants to work for a company, he can work for Google, for Microsoft, for any company in the world, and they will pay him millions of dollars. And his decision to return is not selfish. That's why he's returned. And that's what I came here to do. I can give you a technical presentation, but I won't do that. There are other technical people here. It's not easy to come from Abuja. I've been traveling. I just came back to Nigeria. I was meant to rest. I had to go to Lagos, stayed in Lagos, then drove down here just to support him. To support him. And for the young people in the room, I would like to inspire you guys by making you realize that this is the person you should model and hope to be like. Not me, not the politicians, not the government. And if you don't want to believe that, I also took the decision to behave like him. I had a good paying job in the UK. In 2010, when I just got married, and I should be saving a lot of money, I decided to leave my job and return to Nigeria, where I started the first technology hub in Nigeria. That hub today is the largest on the African continent in multiple countries. I am the minister not because I'm a politician, but because people saw the work I did and recommended me. So even if your choice is to become a minister, to become a governor, this is a short path to it. You should model to be like him. It's the inspiration that you should follow. Because we see the work that he is doing. Many people will invite us as ministers to the event and will say no. But for ministers like me, it's difficult to say no to someone that you know is truly serving society. So the young people in the room, don't be discouraged. Nigeria is the future of the world. Africa is the future of the world. And this is not a political statement. The workforce of the world, you can go and read about it, will come from countries like ours. Government will try, but if you choose to understand that your future is bright, and you invest in yourself and you take inspiration from people like this, your future indeed will be bright. And I know we're all religious people, so whether you say it out openly or not, I want everyone in the room to say a word of prayer for Dr. Ayoola. You know, in your mind, say it, that this is just the beginning, and they will put Ibadan on the map of the world, not just Nigeria, not just Africa. Thank you so much for watching. A few things I would like to say, because I'm not a motivational speaker, but this is what I was inspired to do today. And for the young people in the room, I want you to be aware, pay attention to your environment. The people who become successful are people who are aware of what is happening in the world that they're part of. There's enough opportunities in this world for each and every one of us to be successful. Our world is going through a transformational change that no one can stop. Technology is evolving at a speed that is extremely crazy, that nobody can stop it. So if you do not pay attention to it and ensure that you're part of it, the future that you're positioning for, you struggle to be part of it. Many years ago, Dr. Ayoola and people like us saw the opportunity when many people didn't see it, and we positioned our careers in these areas. I'm sure when we started, I'm not sure what mommy thought of. Whether you thought it was wasting its time, you should go and get a job, I'm not sure which one you believed in back then. But today, what is working on is the future of the world. And the easiest way to explain it to you is that a group of people have figured how to teach technology, machines, to think like humans. That's the simplest way to explain it to you. We've been able to figure out how to teach machines to think like humans. And the reason we're able to do that is that everything that we know is been documented. Because it's been documented, we've converted it into data that we've now fed machines. So machines can think better, faster than humans can today. And that may sound scary, but the truth is that it's an opportunity as well. A lot of people know, the easiest one for you to know today is that if you're someone like me, for instance, machines can write my speech faster in 1 minute than anyone can do. Machines can write letters accurately, if you prompt it very well, than anybody can do. The implication of that for our world is that we have the opportunity to be a lot more productive. In agriculture, if we apply the kind of technology that people are training and building, our agriculture sector can be a lot more productive. We can generate more opportunities. In education, if we use artificial intelligence, we can help kids to learn better. In public health, if we use AI, we can better understand a lot of the diseases that are causing problems for us and know how to handle them. So this is already changing the world we live in. And as government, we recognize that we must also position for the same. Which is why when I was appointed, the first thing I did was to start a pre-entity program that is meant to train 3 million young people in Nigeria to be part of the technology ecosystem. Our goal is that if we're able to do this effectively, that gap that we've seen, we can give these 3 million people the opportunity to be part of it. They can create opportunities for themselves, for their family members, and for their country. And perhaps many more of them will become Dr. Ayoola. You should give me one. We also understand that it doesn't stop there. Your ability to be able to participate in this global digital economy is strongly tied to your access to meaningful quality connectivity. Internet, as we all know it, if it's too expensive, if it's not good enough, you're not going to benefit from it. And we realize the solution is not what we have now, which is through your phones alone. If we continue to limit you to accessing internet on your phone, you will never be able to get the quality that you desire. And it will always be expensive. I'm sure most of you know that they're going to increase the cost of tariff. Left to the government, if we can't, we will not allow it to happen. But if we do insist that it don't increase, the quality that you get will continue to go down. Because those companies have to keep investing in new equipment every day. Because the technologies are changing. Which is why we realized that the way to get you best quality connectivity is not by relying on just your phone. Now, government is investing in 90,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable that will allow you to have connectivity to your home, to your school, at the best quality as they have in any part of the world, not just through your home. And this is a project that we expect to cover the entire country, not just Lagos, Abuja, and the big cities. It is for the benefit of all of our people. Government is now investing significantly to improve connectivity. For the first time, we're also ensuring that we have a piece of legislation, which is law, that will change the way government uses technology to deliver services to you. Our goal is that we can build a system that will allow different government agencies to seamlessly exchange data. Because imagine if Ministry of Education can automatically share data with Ministry of Health, with Ministry of Agri, with welfare. It will change the way government services are delivered. But it will also allow private companies to better understand our country and be able to deliver services to you as well. This is also something that we're doing. In addition to this, our government is investing heavily in supporting people like Dr. Ayoola. For instance, in artificial intelligence, we started a program that has now created a strategy for how Nigeria will approach artificial intelligence. Dr. Ayoola spent about a week in Abuja with us. And we brought other people from across the world like him. He came back. Imagine how many thousands of them that we have abroad that did not return to Nigeria. So what we did was we looked for the best of them, about 100 of them, and we paid for them to join us. And Dr. Ayoola and other local ones also joined us to craft our strategy. And that strategy today is informing our plans on how we support individuals that are building solutions. How we take them abroad to showcase what they are building, but also help them get resources to build locally. It's only through these people that we can truly build the economy that we want to build. And when next year the president says, we want our economy to be a $1 trillion economy, please, you've been to school. Make sure you probe and try to understand what that means. Because the size of the economy is more determines the quality of life that you're going to get. Do not let people deceive you and say the cost of garri is high, the cost of rice is high. The path to making them affordable is by ensuring that we're providing job opportunities for you. It's not just by keeping the price low. Even if it's low, or you don't have jobs, you will still suffer and struggle in society. And this is why I want to leave each one of you again with this inspiration. That there's enough opportunities out there for young people. Don't fall into the trap of thinking and working local. The Nigerian talent is needed all over the world. I'm not encouraging you to leave, but make sure you acquire the skills that you require to be part of the emerging opportunities globally. There are people in Ibadan. I remember before I left my company to join government, and we hired a software developer, a young man in Ibadan, who decided he's not going to come to Lagos to work for us. He was happy to work for us, but he was going to stay in Ibadan. And the guy, young man, I think he just finished school 2 years before then, or a year actually. But he was so good at what he was doing. We have no choice but to say, okay, yes, he can work from home. And I was surprised for someone that just left school a year or two, the guy insisted we have to pay him about 1.2 million naira a month. A month. 1 year after university. The young man was still in Ibadan. He worked for us for probably 12 months. And he said he was not doing it again. Because they have bigger opportunities. Of course, I discourage people from doing multiple jobs, but I can tell you that we knew that while he was working for us, he had other things he was also doing. Imagine even with the economy today, someone in this town earning 1.2. How many of our parents are earning 1.2 million in Ibadan a month? How many? That's the kind of opportunity that you have. So if you're a young person, don't get involved in that story of where is expensive, this is expensive. The money that is out there for you to make is tremendous without fraud. All you need to do is focus, learn, join places like RAIN, practice what you've learned, take your time, make sure that you can actually deliver on what you promise. Fraud is not even the best thing for you to do these days. Don't look at all those fraudulent people and think you can model your life against them. There's always a point in life where you cannot go. Dr. Ayoola can go anywhere in the world. I'm sure he travels all the time to conferences. Those people cannot go. They can be big men and as we say, they pepper people locally with their wealth, but they are nobody. Yet their village people can give them cheap fancy titles. But in the scheme of things, they're not recognized amongst people that are important globally. Ibadan is not your top. The world is your top. The world is your top. And as I finish, I pray that Dr. Ayoola, the Lord will continue to back you and support you. That you become even a bigger inspiration for Ibadan and the rest of Africa and the world. So thank you all so much for listening. Thank you.
Can we please put our hands together? Keep the applause coming, keep the applause coming. Keep the applause coming, keep the applause coming. Keep the applause coming, ladies and gentlemen, for the one and only Honourable Minister for Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy. Please put your hands together for Dr. Bosun Tijani. Lovely, lovely, we will have our seat. I mean, this just goes to show that the hard work that has been put in by Red Nigeria is being recognized, and this is enough to reshape your mind if it hasn't already been in the past. Ibadan is not your top, the world is your top. So if you are thinking, think global, think international. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present an award to our very, very, very special guest. The Honourable Minister. I would like to present the award to the Honourable Minister.
Someone that we all look up to, we admire, to give us that time.
Now we're calling up next to receive an award, a very, very special individual. I would choose to say that she's one of the primary reasons we're here today. With a resounding applause, join me as a special welcome to this stage, the mother of the initiator, this innovative one. Put your hands together for justice. Thank you guys. Good. Are we good?